Hey, my Taurus babies. This is EJ from Taurota Tarot. I hope you guys are having a good weekend, a good Mother's Day if you are, and a good birthday month. This is going to be Taurus and Cancer sitting in a tree, Kissing. What a month already, just off with kind of like a kick, but not where you thought it was going to be a kick, everywhere else but that. So let's see what's going on with Taurus and Cancer. This is going to be a 9-card spread, 3 for recent past, 3 for current energy, and 3 for future energy. I'm going to pull one card, or actually let me quit lying. I'll pull 2 cards from the bottom. I'll explain that. For your overall energy, and then I'll pull 3 for guidance from the universe, and then I'll pull 1 from each of the oracle decks. A reminder, I do my reading straight up. I don't do reversals. So Taurus and Cancer, we got the bottom of the deck. Oh Lord, Jesus Christ. Okay, so that's your overall energy, Taurus, with your Cancer. Like you're trying to make a decision. King of Wands. I've been pulling the last 2 from the bottom of the deck. I promise you the King of Wands will make himself clear as soon as we get going in this reading. So let's get started, Taurus and Cancer. So for your recent past energy, you've got the Queen of Swords, the 4 of Swords, oh Jesus, and the 9 of Swords. Oh damn, the whole deck. For your current energy, Death card, 6 of Swords, and the Lover's card. Well, I got some big shit going on. Wait a minute. Future energy, 5 of Swords, Sun card, and the Wheel of Fortune. All right, Taurus and Cancer, let me buckle up. I'm scared. Oh man. Okay, so let me just get some of the elementals out of the way first, just the elementary stuff, and see how this is all. This is karmic. Okay, so let me just back this shit up and say this. I can't say most. Many of the other readings that I've heard, oh man, that's a double. Oh yeah, this some karmic shit right here. Okay, so I didn't even know. If you're looking at what I just did, I didn't even realize I actually pulled the 3 of Wands, but the Wheel of Fortune is stuck. My cards don't stick. So, okay, I'm going to throw this over here, this Wheel of Fortune. I'm going to just put it right there since I pulled it. Okay, so many of the readings that I've seen from other readers on YouTube, a lot of the personal readings that I've done in the past month or so, a lot of the conversations that I've had with people, and myself included, we are all in some karmic shit. We either trying to get out of it, trying to figure out how we got in it, or trying to figure out if we should just run like hell. Let me just tell you, I like karmic relationships. I like twin flame soulmate shit. And let me tell you why. It's fucked up, but let me just tell you why. I like that connection. I like that chemistry when I have that kind of energy with them. I just do. I don't know if that's got some other shit. I don't know. I like that. However, I do not like all the drama, the arguing, the fighting, the fussing. I don't like all that. And I know that's a part of any karmic relationship that you're dealing with, anything that's got any kind of divine energy beyond what a regular relationship would have. Any of that. Twin flames, soulmates, whatever you call it, that person that you just so connect with that is ridiculous. They are very difficult relationships to be in, to get out of. They are. With that said, Taurus and Cancer, I'm looking at Cancer. I'm going to read for you too if you're cross-watching. So I'm going to pull out what belongs to you. And I'm going to say this to both Taurus and Cancer. You've got 1, 2, 3, 4, and if we count the Wheel of Fortune, 5 major arcana cards 5 to me as a number, because my birthday is 515, it always represents change to me, because 5 is an odd number. And if you just took 2 here and 2 here, you got this 1 here, it usually means to me, and this may resonate with some of you, that you were leaving one thing and transitioning on that 3rd card into another thing. That's usually what I pick up from the number 5. So let's get started, Taurus and Cancer. I know it's difficult, Taurus. I know it is, because I feel like you're fighting a fight, and you feel like this is just hopeless. There's no point in even trying to deal with this, and your Cancer's going, but why? We're a family. Why? Taurus does not like Cancer uncertainty, and I feel the uncertainty in this relationship. I don't know whether or not Taurus feels like Cancer might be having a wandering eye. I don't know if Cancer may feel like that Taurus is having a wandering eye, and it's none of that and some of that. I don't know how else to say that. We're still people, and even though you may be in a committed relationship, you're still a person. You're still a human being. So if you see, if you're a girl, a guy that looks good to you, you're going to know that. You're going to see that, and you're going to make note of that. Guys, same for you. And as long as it's not crossing any boundaries, I don't see that there's anything wrong with looking at what is around you. However, when you've got so many personal issues and family issues tied up into this, everything gets magnified. So if your partner looks like they've got a wandering eye, and you got all this other crap going on in the background, you're going to add much more on to that wandering eye. It's going to be much more than, oh, he just looked at her. You're going to have a whole scenario playing out in your head, because there's an issue here. Your challenge card, Taurus, and this is why I like to do this spread, because it's very clear cut. It gives you a hint of what you've been dealing with, what you are dealing with, and what you're going to deal with. But also, I like the center card, because it's clear. It's in the middle, damn it. So that's what you got to deal with. And Taurus, Cancer too, your focus is getting off of this bullshit, out of it, and into some smoother, calmer fucking water. That's it. Nothing else. You don't give a damn how it happens. If somebody has to fall down, break a bone, excuse me, if they have to stand in the middle of the street, sell lemonade, popcorn, whatever, and that's your whole feeling. And I can just feel that. You just want all this shit to just stop. Whatever, however that has to happen, you just want it to stop so you can hear yourself think. Recent past energy coming up with this Queen of Swords. Taurus, I don't know why you're Cancer, and I swear I did this reading for somebody else. You don't know why you're Cancer. You just went off the rails on your ass with all of a sudden now everything got a place, everything got to be here, be there. And you've given some of this back, Taurus, so I'm not going to put this all on the Cancer. You've given some of this, but you know what, damn it, and it's just been right damn petty. And this must be petty season, because everybody is doing little stupid petty shit. You know, really, you really had to say that? Really? You had to do that? Really? Really? That energy is very prevalent in this season right now, and I'm going to guess it's probably going to drag on till we get to the next season, which will be the end of next month, summer. But right now, everybody is just got the petty blues. And both of you, Taurus, for you, I'm going to say you've probably felt it a lot more intensely than whatever you did to your Cancer. But you did not understand where this was coming from. One or both of you may have created some emotional distance between the beginning of this little here go the rule things. And Taurus, more so than Cancer, it seems like you really took a big bull leap back and went, wait a minute, I have to back this up. And for those of you that this is resonating with, you did, I don't mean you physically left, but mentally you took a damn time out because you were trying to understand why all this little suspicious shit. What the hell now? What? In turn, Taurus got you up at night, but I gotta say, it's also got Cancer up at night too. Y'all asking all these damn questions, but y'all done built this little fucked up ass wall and ain't nobody talking to nothing. So it's just everybody up talking to their pillow like, I don't know what the hell wrong with him. I don't know what the hell wrong with her. I ain't see all I asked her to do, and I want her to file this list because I'm just tired. You feel me? Both of you. Let me back up. Taurus, this is primarily your reading and this is your overall energy. You are getting ready to get in a place where you are going to make some type of decision about this relationship, good, bad, or ugly. If there is not some breaking point right here from the choppy shit to the calmer, this is where you are right now. You are trying to do the hell decision. And I'm going to go as far as to say some of you have already started writing and journaling about the pros and the cons. Okay, I'm just saying. For your current energy, as I just said that, here's the Death card. And this is about transformation. Whatever has happened here in the recent past between Cancer and Taurus, Taurus took this harder. And Cancer, let me explain to you why Taurus took it harder. Uranus, the planet of change, disruption, chaos, kiss my ass, is in Taurus. And it just got there, I think, at the end of March. And it was in very briefly last year and retroed out. It completed that retro motion the first quarter of this year. I want to say it was the end of March. I don't think it was April. And it is now, we're in the middle of May, picking up full steam ahead. So your Taurus is feeling this at a very fundamental level. Cancer, understand this. They're feeling it because change is not our foundation. We are creatures of the earth. We like our feet on solid ground. Every once in a while, we take a dip in the pool, we get cooled off, get the bugs off. However, we are very much creatures of the earth. We don't like a whole lot of up and down, particularly in our relationships. With Uranus being in Taurus, it has created a real sharp feeling of uncertainty, discomfort, and just overall uncertainty for Taurus. And things that we thought were a sure bet, we're beginning to find out very slowly but surely, depending on what end of the spectrum you're born. Those born in April are probably feeling this much greater than I am, being born in the middle of May versus people born towards the 18th, 19th, or 20th. So with that said, Cancer, any changes that you've made, any little weird thing that you started doing in the last 3 or 4 months, your Taurus is noticing. And they're probably reading more into it just because of all of this energy that's got us going like this. Understand that. However, Taurus, you're trying to make a change. And you feel just what I said. You feel this. And you feel it in your gut. And you know you need to make some changes. Nobody's got to tell you. You're smart enough to know you need to make some changes. However, you're still a bull. You're not real keen on doing shit that causes you to disrupt any part of your current process, plan, and thinking. And so you really going to drag your feet on this. I'm going to say, Taurus, if you already know what changes you need to make, you want to start doing it sooner rather than later, because you don't want to create energy that's going to cause you to have any kind of old fucked up ass tower moment in the future because you didn't make changes now. So put that there. It's time. It's your current energy. There's no bullshitting on that. Another major card for decisions. Change. Making decisions. Go perpetuate a change. And this is your overall energy. Again, your centerpiece card, moving out of the choppy into the calmer waters. Taurus, this is you really trying to do this. If you could just row this boat a little faster and get it to calm seas, you'd be happy. And I feel your frustration because it's not going fast enough for you. You got to think about the sacrifices that you've made. Not so much are making, but the ones that you've made for this relationship, and determine, another major card, if the sacrifices you've been making have been worth it. Or some of you, I get this, another energy, some of you are just tired. You don't want to do this anymore. You don't want to make this kind of commitment anymore for this kind of relationship. You want something bigger, better, different. And there's nothing wrong with that as long as you're communicating this stuff to your partner. A lot of times, you know, we want to wait to the end of something when we've made a decision to start letting folks know, well, we made a decision, and today, you know, you're not telling anybody about the 6-month process that you went to. And as I've told Taurus before, this is a year of processes. This is not a year of jumping up and getting into some shit. I've read a bunch of horoscopes and a bunch of other crap saying, oh yeah, you just jump right in. Yes, Uranus is change. But Taurus, more than anything, because a lot of us are good as Tauruses because we think we are so practical. We sometimes skip over processes. This ain't it, particularly in your relationship. Yes, you want new, better, different. Yes, you want to do things you haven't done before, but be mindful of the process, because the process gives you keys and little hints and guideposts as to what's coming. So if you're with a person, for example, that has missed maybe one or two big things in your relationship because for whatever reason, they missed it, birthday party, soccer game, whatever. And you begin to notice a trend in the process. And if you go back to the process, you know, when you first met this person, were they missing shit then? That's my point. So if you go through the process and you really look at it as you go through it, you will begin to pick up on stuff that you are now going, I really want to stay in this relationship. That's Uranus. That's that energy. It's time to start. And this is major. This is a major card. It is time for you to start thinking about, if you are already not doing it, it is time for you to start thinking about the commitment that you made to this relationship, and is it worth it? Are you tired of it? When you come to that point, whatever the answer is, you need to start communicating. Here we go to your future energy. You're going to have to change your attitude as well, Taurus. You can't keep doing the same thing. Cancer, if you're listening to this, you too. You too. You need to open up and hear what your partner is saying to you. You need to change your attitude. It's really right up there, and that's exactly what the universe is saying. Change attitude. Jason singing a song. Change your attitude, both of you. Because from the Queen of Swords up here with this, bam, I told you, number one, you will sit in your, okay. Down here, okay, the Queen should be making you understand you need to change your attitude. You didn't like that energy, Taurus. Cancer, if you threw this out there for whatever reason, you all of a sudden want all this stuff to be this, and this. At some point you're going to get here because somebody's got to change their attitude. One of you. And if you want to learn anything from this relationship, I did not say if you want to keep this relationship or if you want to walk away from this relationship. I said if you want to learn from this relationship, you got to change your attitude. Taurus, from there, we are good for plodding along. We plod and we don't take the time until something like this happens. Then we're like, oh, what happened? I was plodding along so well. Nah, stand up. Stand up. I'm guilty too. Stand up. I think most of us kind of run on our reputation of being the bulls in the china shop, because having that reputation really allows us to go sit down somewhere and chill. We really have to deal with a whole lot of bullshit because people already know. You seen that lady lose her mind? Oh, Jesus, leave her alone. Just leave her alone. But Taurus, the bad thing about that is we don't always grow in those kinds of certain situations. We don't. We don't grow like that. It is time. It is time to get up out your little bucket and let your little light shine and do your thing. It's just time. If you don't, you're going to be forced into it and you're really going to be pissed. So at least act like it's your idea and stand up in your truth, baby. That ain't difficult. Just stand up, be who you are. If this, and then this just takes me right back. It's a major card. Come on, y'all. Wheel of Fortune hanging out over here in the corner like, y'all can keep talking if you want to. I'm going to make it happen, so you better get with the program now. I'm just saying. Stand up in your truth, Taurus. It's time. And if you don't, you're going to be mad. It's major card. It's time for life changes. If you're not happy, that's what I was getting ready to say. If you are not currently happy in this relationship, if you don't like all the sacrifices, you see me hanging out here with the lover's card back here. If you don't like all the what's going on now, you don't like some of the decisions. If you're tired, stand up in your truth, Taurus, and speak that. And speak that. With the Three of Wands down here, it's really not about third party situations. I think the little dab of it, like I said, those of you that are in relationships and you got all this stuff going on in the background and you saw your partner looking at somebody, you Taurus, I'm talking to you, have blown this out until, oh my God, he's sleeping with her. He just looked at the lady. Now that doesn't mean he isn't, but it certainly doesn't mean he is. Either way, you're uncomfortable, Taurus. Let's just deal with that. You're uncomfortable right now. So you have overanalyzed. This is really not about third party. It's there because I know a lot of you thinking like that. Cheating on me, you just cheating. No, not cheating at all. But y'all feel like you're spinning your wheels. And if you see, I wrote that up there months ago. It's almost off of there. But it's about spinning your wheels. And if you think about the element that you are, Taurus, you're earth. Cancer, you're water. What happens when you get dirt and water and it rains? And you get mud. And then you end up spinning your wheels because you can't get out of the damn thing because you're spinning your wheels. Y'all feel me? And this is where your relationship really is. Before I would counsel anybody to get out of anything, especially if it's been a long time. A long time means anything past 3 or 4 years for all of that, the way things are. But if you've been in anything for a long time with this Cancer, Taurus, I'm going to counsel you that walking away might not be the best thing. For those of you, I told you this King of Wands, we start talking when it was time to start talking, and he is currently has a lot to say. For some of you, it's not going to resonate with everybody. For some of you, you have been looking, and you did see something, and you know there's a little spark of a connection there between you and whoever this other person is, male or female, however it's resonating, straight or gay, it don't matter. But you've been, oh, hey, how you doing? Okay, now, because you're so uncomfortable with all this going on and all these decisions and shit, let me just tell you, you don't want to start anything with all this fire and shit, all this passion, until you get clear on this. Because this little fire person here will burn all of this mess up, not literally, but figuratively. And you might not like the outcome. So before you get to fiddle-faddling around on any kind of other level with whoever this is, and y'all know who this is resonating with, make sure you got this in your head correctly. Make sure you understand what you're going to do, what you want to do. Do you want to stay and then create a third-party situation? And I'm being real, because everybody has a choice. You might want to stay in a relationship and decide you want to cheat. It's an option. It's the worst fucking option in the world, but come on, y'all. It is an option. Think about what you're doing. Do you want to get into that kind of shit? Do you want to cut this off and get into it? However, but think about it, because this is not going to be as easy to untangle yourself from as you may think. So before you get too far off in the weeds, smelling the daisies and whatnot, just saying, Wheel of Fortune card sitting right here, just sitting there, thumping a cigarette like, y'all go ahead if you want to. Just know, Taurus in particular, that the wheel is spinning. So you need to try to be in your best mind, in your best place. I know with all this going on, that's impossible. But again, this wasn't what I thought it was. And now that it is where it is, I'm going to just say that's probably kind of like an undercurrent with your overall energy, and just in your thought processes. Just know if it's not spinning, because again, Uranus is all up in our shit. If the wheel's not spinning, it's getting ready to get spun. Either way, I would not, jumping out of this relationship, Taurus, would not probably be my first move. I'm just gonna say that. Now, depending on where you are on the spectrum, again, as I always say, if this is violent, ugly, abusive, whatever, time to go by. Get in the hoorah and just roll out. Get to wherever you need to get to be safe. However, this is just regular old average. I'm tired of this. I don't know if I want to stay in this. I don't. Think about what you're doing. Think about it. Think about what you've invested. Again, and I had to play devil's advocate and keep saying, you know, if you're tired, there's nothing wrong with saying that. There's nothing wrong with being tired of it. There isn't. It's not friendly and happy, and it don't give you fucking warm fuzzies and shit, but it's there. If you're not happy with it, and then from that point you have to look, okay, I'm not happy with the relationship as it is. Do I want to work on it, or do I want to walk away? That's exactly where, that's the cut and the dry of it. Let's see what the universe has for guidance for you, Taurus and Cancer. Seven of Swords, Five of Coins, Three of Swords. Whatever you decide, Taurus, don't sabotage your solution. If you decide to stay, you decide to put down your swords and sit down at the table. Don't sabotage your decision. Just don't do that. Don't turn around and pick up a sword and start picking at it. From whatever point you decide to start and go forward, do just that. Go forward. Do not get in arguments and go back to 1922 when some other shit, in 1954 on some other shit, in 1975 on some, no. From the day that you start, you move forward. Do not sabotage your decision and the solutions that you come up with your partner, or even just with yourself. Don't do it, because it's going to put you again in a place that is going to open the door. It's going to open the door to some shit you're not ready to deal with from your partner. And see, your partner is already noticing that you're uncomfortable towards. And I think that is where this Queen of Swords is coming from, because Cancer is not understanding the earth moving beneath our feet. Because they've been just as disturbed as we have. Once they figured out we were disturbed, if you will, then, you know, they're human too. See, this, you know, the theme is there, but it's not right up in your face.